Okay, we have a leaking Delta faucet. I've only rebuilt one of these things, and it leaked for a couple of days after I rebuilt it. But once the little O-rings got settled in, it quit leaking. So this is the kit for it. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, we use this little tool to loosen the hex nut and take the handle off. Then we use this end to put in the slots and unscrew that. Taking that off. Now we're going to use a set of lock nut pliers or lock joint. Take this top off. Then we can remove all of those parts in there and replace them. This one is so corroded it does not want to come off. I've just sprayed it with WD-40. We'll see if that helps. If not, probably isn't going to work. Well, we let it sit for about 15-20 minutes and it broke loose. Let's see if we can make this thing work. I still have my doubts. This one is pretty far gone. We'll see. Clean it up, take it apart and see if we can get it to work. Okay, here are the old springs that came out of it. Springs and little cap grommets, washers. That's looking down into it. There is so much corrosion, I don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll put it back together and see. That plastic ball is pretty deteriorated as well. There are the new springs and caps. Oh, another reminder. Anytime you're working on a sink or something like this, and you've got these little small parts, it's a good idea to plug up any drains to keep these little small parts from going down in there. Then you'd have to take the trap loose. Hopefully that won't happen to me. And when they're in there and seated, you'll hear a little snap as they seat. I'd already snapped them, but I've also working on making sure the spring action is working on them. Also make sure that that is lined up correctly. This little tang goes down in a groove that's in this part of the fixture. We cleaned everything up about as good as we can with this faucet. I'll tighten this cap. Now I'll use this tool again to tighten that nut. Then we'll put the handle back on, turn the water on, and see if it leaks. Well, we've got everything tightened back up. It's operating smoothly. It feels tight. We're going to turn the water on and see if it leaks, or maybe leaks from a different location. Now that's loose, but I think it's just wallered out. Okay, we'll turn the water on and try it. Well, it's still leaking, but I think it's coming out from the bottom of that cylinder. So I didn't replace these two grommets. I didn't want to take this whole thing apart. Or this bottom seal. But we'll see. And this was just going to be a temporary repair anyway. This is all going to be replaced. Okay, we got the spigot part off and got those two washers out and put the two new ones in. So we will put it back together and try it again. Maybe it'll work this time. If not, it was a good shot. Okay, we've got it all back together again. That doesn't look like it's sitting down on there like it should. I'll have to check it out. Is it leaking? Not yet. I turned it off. I don't see any leak on the cold. Then we turn the hot on. Check underneath here. That hot didn't want to turn on, it's stuck. Whew, you know what? It may be better just to not worry about the hot. I'll take my pliers down there and turn it on and see. We can always turn it back off. A leak? Hot water? Uh-oh, hot water's leaking. Well, we'll turn the hot water off. We'll just have cold water. So this is just temporary anyway. Have to keep an eye on it. Okay, that hot water valve there started leaking, so I've turned it off. And I've placed a paper towel down here to see if there's going to be a slow leak or not. May have to go get a cap. I'm not going to replace that whole valve. I just go get a cap, take the cap off, or get a valve, take the cap off, and swap that out.